Hello and welcome to Revsportz. I'm Trisha and with me is Boria Majumdar and we are at the game room of Joy Wheel Shapurji Palunji in Pune. Well, what are we going to talk about? With two chessboards, we are definitely not going to talk about chess. We're actually going to talk about a very interesting format, Test 20. And if you're wondering why we have two chessboards, that's because Test 20 concept in itself is weird, but also fresh.
It is. I mean, two innings on the same day allows you for strategic maneuvering, not unidimensional play. You have the rigor of a test match. At the same time, you have the pace of T20. It is a fresh concept.
Absolutely. So for our viewers, I'll just give a gist of the whole concept. The concept is the Test 20 will be one match played in one day. So why test? It's because it's 4 innings. So say A versus B is playing, A plays the first innings, whoever wins the toss of course, that way. A plays the first innings, B plays the second innings, 20 overs each innings. You take a lead, you play the third and fourth innings and then the final, then the final result of course. Where did you first hear about this and what was your first reaction?
First reaction was skepticism. That does cricket need another format?
Yeah.
Another league? Are we not tired of leagues?
True.
Everywhere I see there is some league going on, some Masters League, some Legends League, some this league, my terrace league, my bathroom league. But then I realized that this is different. This is actually bringing back the age-old rigor. It will allow for greater skill. It will allow for strategic decision making. It will allow for follow-ons.
Yes.
It will allow for draws. It will allow for all of that. So this is an interesting idea. Most importantly, my thought was how will these people deal with say the established boards? Will they regard this as an intrusion? Will they regard this as a competition? Will they regard this as stepping on their toes? Then I realized no, they are not trying to compete with the established boards at all. Rather, they are providing a new feeder channel where new talent is unearthed, because only X number of people can play in say approved tournaments, board approved tournaments, or here all of a sudden it collapses the world. So talent hunt globally. This is India's concept, yes, but this is a global talent hunt. So somebody from the UK, somebody from the US, somebody from weird countries, people from Mexico, India obviously, South Asia,
Ghana.
These countries, people can, if you're a cricketer and you think you have talent, all of a sudden you can apply, and you are being given an opportunity to showcase your talent, and then you will grow up the feeder chain. And then when the tournament happens. So what in effect this concept is doing is it is expanding the global base of cricket to include hitherto untapped youth. Also, if you see so far, there is nothing for youth cricket in an institutional shape. So in that sense, this was interesting that it's a new, fresh concept for youth. So after I got deep, my initial thought was skepticism and irritation, saying I don't want another league, I don't want another format. I'm tired of T20s and T10s and T5s, whatever it is. But this was not that. This was a well thought out, well-rounded format which brought in the rigors of Test cricket. This was close to Sachin's idea of 25 innings, 25 overs.
I was just about to ask you that.
So I thought, this actually sort of models itself on that, but says that Test cricket. So it is red ball. They can play both balls. So this is and again, what I really liked was collapsing the global barrier, that it is a global talent hunt of sorts where anyone can play. I liked it.
And just before cricket is going to be played in the Olympics, I think that also makes a very significant kind of place for a tournament like Test 20.
Correct.
Where you are reaching out globally and taking cricket out globally, because I have someone who has often spoken about this. Even when we were having lunch, I was just telling you that whether it's men's cricket or women's cricket, if you actually look at it, World Cups 4 good teams, maximum 5 good teams. So you are anyway in the semi-finals right from the beginning, and then 2 good matches and you win the World Cup. But here, Olympics is making it big because now countries like China, US, who love Olympic medals, will obviously take it seriously. And Test 20, I think, is a very good step towards taking that game, marketing the game.
See, there are 2 parts to that. One, the number of teams will restrict some of these countries from coming forward. At the moment, it's 6 teams.
Yeah.
So it will make it a restrictive competition. Where I think this suits the Olympics is, oftentimes people come and tell me, 3 hours, that's the maximum. So a football game is 2 hours. But when you take golf, it actually carries on for two days, right? I mean, even at the Olympics, you remember, we all turned up in the morning in Tokyo to watch Aditya Ashok.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. in the morning.
It was India time 6 a.m. and people were up.
All of us were up.
Aditya Ashok had a very good chance of winning.
Exactly, 4th. So if you think golf, it is played over multiple days. There are competitions that take a marathon.
Yeah.
Forget everything, take a marathon, it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It is absolute 2.5 hours. So this one, an 80 over format, if it's 5-6 hours. So it's basically one day, a decision is done. Take wrestling. You do one bout, 45 minutes, another bout, afternoon 2 bouts, and it's a whole day, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you will say there are breaks. So what? Here there are breaks.
Yeah.
So it's a one-day competition which allows for multiple different skill sets to come in. So yes, it lends itself to multidiscipline games as well. Like I said, it creates its own environment. It is making global youth come together in a manner that has not happened. Where I do think they should, and I've told Gaurav Bahirwani this, you should start for women right away. It cannot be that you start men, and Gaurav said he will. He was very clear to me that we will start women the next year itself. We are just piloting it this year. So we wanted to start seeing where are our gaps, etc. But we will start with women right away. And what is also interesting is, once you are a selected candidate, they are trying to handhold you with coaching, with support, with all of that, right through the journey. They're not leaving you out. So I honestly believe this is a whiff of fresh air. It's a good concept. Plus, you have a Clive Lloyd, you have an A.B. de Villiers, you have a Matthew Hayden as part of their board. So it's serious. There are people of cricketing pedigree. There's a former Rajasthan Royals man who is serving their marketing domain also, has done leagues in the past. Gaurav is a distinguished marketer himself, has created some properties, is a good brand man. So they have a decent team, Trisha. I would want to see 2 women cricketers join their board along with the 3 men, and I would want to see the women's domain, because that's where more opportunities are needed. As far as the men are concerned, there are opportunities, at least in some countries, India. But for women, more and more opportunities. I told Gaurav, you can ride the wave. Get in now. Use the bandwagon. So I think there is major opportunity for them.
But when you get a little more into the format, I think 2 days ago you wrote a very interesting piece on, 2 days ago or today morning, whenever, you wrote a piece on how, say something like an IPL is actually almost doing away with bowlers, the pitches, the way. But now, think of this is 20 overs. So yes, it is harder for the bowlers, but you still have a chance of getting back.
Correct.
Also, every team to win, you need 20 wickets. So a format which concentrates a little more on the bowlers?
100%, because you are empowering them. If you don't pick your wickets, this is not 265 for 1. And then the second team will be 250 for 5.
Exactly.
That's not what is going to work here. So given that you need your wickets and bringing in that, so you are empowering your bowlers like test matches. Unless you win your 20 wickets, you get your 20 wickets, however much, you can score 2,000 runs. So you have scored 1,000 in one inning. So what? Ultimately, you've not won. Remember that acrimonious test match in Sri Lanka, 950 odd, and all of us like, what the hell is going on here, boss? I mean, come on. One team scores 600, one team scores 900. 952, if I remember from memory. So that you are giving the bowlers their due, making the game a level playing field. These are important concepts. I want to see how these people talent scout, because that's extremely critical for me. I want to see how, when they do the competition eventually in 15 days, how do they keep the tournament alive post the competition? So what happens to these leagues, these masters leagues? You will see within two years ownership changes, people have run away, nobody's been paid, corruption happens, some nonsense happens. These people are serious players in the market. So I know Gaurav. So what I've had discussions with him. So I've asked him, suppose August to 15th is your window. That's the window he's given me. What about August, September, October onwards? How do you keep it alive till say next February when your next season talent scouting starts?
Yeah.
You've got to be there, in people's imagination for people to adopt your system. Be on the digital platform, create innovations, do something. I think Test 20 has a future. How they use it, how they kind of innovate further will determine this. But from the thing of it, T10, it's one unidimensional slam bang hit the ball format. It doesn't lend to any strategic decision making. I mean, I know a lot of people who are into that format, but what skill does T10 bring in its way?
You see the ball, hit the ball. That's the skill.
What is a bowler supposed to do in a T10 format? Tell me.
Yeah, in fact, in one of the lives I had said, I remember during WPL that Vadodara, when there were competitive pitches, a lot of viewers were complaining that why no 200 runs and this. And I had said, why not, just stop bowlers, just make bowling machines.
Yeah.
It's easier. Don't mental health wise, don't kill the bowlers, just make bowling machine. But also there's another thing, we keep talking about who will be the next captain, who can be the next leadership candidate. For a young player, when you're strategizing in a format like this, you're actually in your formative years as a cricketer, you're also getting a leadership lesson.
Yes, and also conditions. So oftentimes we say, win the toss and it has determined who's winning. Say you. The team batting second in a T20 format, for example, you're done.
Yeah.
You are way ahead because there is dew.
Yeah.
You are way ahead because the team bowling second softer ball. You can't. But here, you have that advantage that okay, I will also have the relatively drier ball, or I will have the worst soggy ball.
Yes.
So you are giving both teams an equal playing field. The toss is also to an extent taken out of the equation. Now imagine this. You have played half the game in a day.
And half in the evening.
Exactly. So you are actually challenging decision making for the captain or the vice captain, saying, boss, come on, can you make it back with your bowling or batting in the second innings in the evening, under lights, under whatever. So you are creating multiple different opportunities for players to challenge themselves. I like that. I thought some of the other formats are kind of brainless. I mean, people have created formats to make money, which is fine. Say T10. It is a brainless format. You have created a format to finish off in 1.5 hours and you think the audience will come and consume people hitting sixes and your job is done.
Yeah.
There is no thought to the format. What is a T10 format? You have reduced T20 to half.
Yeah.
2 overs per bowler.
Yeah.
You come and start hitting the... I mean, what is the thought there? What is there to innovate there? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So except money making, you have nothing there. This one has a lot. Will there be, say, multiple slips?
Yeah.
Will the pitches be made in a manner that, chalo yaar, test matches? Think about it. We have often seen pitches where the first 2 hours, ball does a lot.
Yeah.
Correct? And then it eases out. Pre-lunch, ball does a lot and it eases out. Now here you are actually talking pre-lunch, both teams batting.
Yeah.
So both teams are facing that challenge of that pre-lunch pitch, 20 or 20. Pre-lunch is 30 overs, right?
Yeah.
So you will have both teams facing that challenge. And then when the sun is out and the thing eases, both teams will have that luck of the draws. So I think there is a degree of zing to the format. I like the format. I hope they are successful.
A breath of freshness in the format. But I want to ask this question. Don't you think that there is too much cricket already? Would you be a little skeptic that can this become overkill?
Yeah, I mean, that, like I said, I think there is, already a lot of leagues. So these people will have to create their own fresh identity. At the same time, if I think how many of the people who make their aspiration come true, it is still a very minuscule minority. this is actually making cricket a bigger participatory sport. So you have not been able to make it, say, in the state league, but you also have another opportunity to give this a go. At what level? The youth, again, I come back to that. Is there a youth system like this around the world? No. So this gives the youth an opportunity to engage with youth of other countries. Now imagine, except an under-19 World Cup, where is another platform? Nothing.
No, nothing.
Only when an under-19 team plays against each other do we get to know the respective talent levels of two countries. So yes, any league or any format will run the risk of saturation. Any league or any format will have to become fresh. I think Test 20 can easily outdo formats like T10. Easily outdo, because people are tired of. Remember, at one point I used to watch the Dubai T10. Players like Nicholas Puran would come and start hitting from ball 1, 5 sixes, 6 sixes. It's boring because the bowler is doing nothing except getting hit and getting punished. And it's like one of those contests, that you've put somebody into the ring, and you're enjoying the perversity of the whole thing, that the bowler gets hit. Here the bowler is empowered. It will depend on how they do it. If they do it well, there will be takers. In countries like India, now take England, every test match is full. Australia, every test match is full. Are you catering to those audiences? That, okay, I'm giving you a mix one day, so just come and finish it off. You don't have to come for 5 days.
For 5 days,
so
yes.
I will lend yourself, I can take it to counties. So there are opportunities here.
Huge opportunity, another new format in cricket, all to be excited for, because red ball cricket anyway is pretty less. And
I would say they should think of doing half with red ball, half with white ball.
Why not? First session red ball, second session white ball.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, do it. But bring in new ideas.
Absolutely. Bring in new ideas, wake people up, surprise people, and play Test 20. Well, another fantastic episode here at Shapurji Palonji Joyville facility in Pune.
In Hadapsar, this is apparently the annex. And it could well be
2,000 families or something.
2,000 families live here already.
So they have made a new city for themselves.
Imagine at some point, given the kind of facilities, the Test 20 talent scouting happens within these 2,000 families. There will be many cricket players who will come through the ranks. So Gaurav Bhairwan, if you're listening, this is your place. Come and do a talent scouting. I will tell Sriram Mahadevan to accommodate you.
Absolutely. And I am seriously looking forward to the women's side of things, and not because I'm a woman, that's the easiest way to say, but also because, I think the challenging format will help women's cricket grow. We are already on a growing spree. Do keep joining Revsportz, because we will be bringing in more about sports. We do multi-sport, so we'll bring in more shows, multiple sport shows. But to get notified, like, share, subscribe, support us, because we are here to support all sorts of sports. Thank you.